Hello friends and welcome to Noble Literature Classes. In this lecture, I was supposed to give you the explanations on Dryden and Pope's essays, but then I thought about giving you an overview first about the great age of Neoclassicism. Now, at the time when Sidney wrote his apology, England was also entering her golden age because we see so many great people emerging out in that one century after that apology, like Shakespeare, Ben Jonson, John Donne, John Milton, and so many more. So, I'm not saying it happened because of Sidney's apology, but maybe it was one of the instigating factors. Because if we look in America, a similar phenomena occurred when Ralph Waldo Emerson gave his famous 1837 address on the American Scholar. Now we can see that art lagged a bit during the reign of Oliver Cromwell when Puritans gained control and they closed the theatres in 1642. But again, art bounced back in a very different kind of attire when Charles II was restored to the throne in 1660. So we have the Restoration Age from 1600 to 1700. I would say it would be 1702 because in 1702 Queen Anne was made the queen. Then we have Johnson, who keeps the spirit of neoclassicism alive until his death in 1784. Some people extend this neoclassical era to 1798 when Wordsworth gave his lyrical ballads, but actually it was only up till 1784. Samuel Johnson was the last person to keep the neoclassical spirit alive. Now let us see some of the characteristics of the age. First, the aura became anti-Puritan. Obviously, when you suppress people, you don't let them enjoy, nobody is going to like you. So everybody hated the Puritans in those days, and poets and poetry thus, as soon as they got freedom, the poets and the poetry, they became aristocratic. They started to become elitist. They started to follow the French theatre because the French theatre had moved ahead because it was not stopped by Puritans. Now, all the writers during that era, the British neoclassicism, they were upholding the strict rules of decorum, as we discussed before in the letter of Sidney also. He wanted to follow the rules of decorum, and they were clearly defining what is right, what is wrong. So there was, we can say, there was kind of a moral and ethical responsibilities given to the poets and as well as the critics. Now, having discussed the characteristics of the age, let us take a brief look at the major literary achievements of that age. Dr. Samuel Johnson gave us the famous English dictionary for the first time, and James Boswell, the great biographer, he gave us many biographies and the art of writing a good biography. Especially he wrote the biography of Johnson. Now, John Milton wrote the famous Paradise Lost. Alexander Pope gave us the Rape of the Lock and several other poems. Now Bunyan, he gave us the Pilgrim's Progress, which was again inspired from Dante Alighieri's Divine Comedy. Then we have some early novels of Henry Fielding and Richardson. Henry Fielding gave us Tom Jones and Richardson gave us Pamela. Then we have Daniel Defoe, who was earlier a journalist and worked with the Spectator, but then he went on to become a novelist and he gave us the great picaresque novel Robinson Crusoe. We have Oliver Goldsmith and we have Sheridan, who were the pioneers of the field of comedy of manners. And then we have the glorious or the bloodless revolution, we call it. Now there are so many things which happened, like Tristram Shandy and many other things which kept on going and increasing the fame of the neoclassical age, but we are supposed to do the literary criticism bit. So let us move to the next thing, which is the French neoclassicals. Now these four people, you see, they were the main French neoclassicals: Jean Racine, Nicolas Boullé, Pierre Corneille, Molière. So that was all the background I had to give you regarding the neoclassical age. Now I'll see you in the next class and we'll be doing Dryden's essay of dramatic poesy. Thank you very much, and if you like the video, do give a thumbs up, and if you have anything to say, just leave it in the comments below. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.